Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good
welcome
morning.
everyone. We want to welcome you to Breakfast with the Greenes. As you can see, things are a little different. You know, we're not actually at the stove, we're not actually cooking, we're actually at the island. But we'll go into that a little later. So before we get started, we just ask you, I'm James Greene.
And I'm Cynthia Greene, and we are founders of Marriage Built to Last, and we are
America's favorite couple.
Yes.
So we told you we're coming to you and we're going to show you something special, and we're going to talk about a little bit, as we get into this holiday season, a lot has been going on in 2020. So a lot more is going to happen in 2021, but we'll get into that. So before we get started, we always ask you to share it out. And we want
we want to know where you're tuning in from today. So we know we posted about our new blessing on Facebook, and people tuned in from all over the world. I saw some folks from Africa. So we want to know, where are you tuning in from this morning to join us for breakfast? Hey, we hope you got you a nice cup of coffee or a cup of tea or just a cup of orange juice, whatever it is you like to drink for breakfast. Me, I get up and drink water first thing in the morning. So just relax. We got a couple of things to show you, but tell us where you are, okay?
Right. So we always ask you to share this out, because we know, first of all, when you put in the chat or the feed where you're tuning in from, we're talking about blessings. And we have been totally blessed in the year 2020, even in the pandemic. But as we go into it, we always want to share this out, because we're going to start talking about vision. We're going to be talking about goal setting. So go to the bottom of the screen and hit the share button. We always ask you to share this out. Or what you could do is you can start a watch party, because people always want to know what you're watching. What are you looking at? What did you see? Did you see anything interesting? Did you see, Did you see something that you could share? So we always ask you to share this out. So you can go to the bottom of the screen, hit the share button, or you can start a watch party. Because trust me, we're going to be talking about vision. We're going to be talking about goals. We know a lot happened. This is coming to the end of the year. And what you got, about 2 months left or so? You need to prepare yourself or position yourself for 2021. And what does that look like? We totally believe that God is always in the blessing business, but you have to be in the right position. You have to prepare. What it says, faith without works is dead. So if you have faith that God is going to bless you in 2021, why don't you do the work to prepare yourself?
There you go.
Amen?
There you go.
So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about goals. We're talking about vision. Because Cynthia and I had a goal and we had a vision, and it actually happened to manifest this year during the pandemic. So people saying, we know a lot's happened during this pandemic. We know,
absolutely.
People lost their jobs. People can't do what they normally do, like go out all the time or hang with a whole bunch of people. Normal things that they do.
Can't see your family, your mama. Even sometimes some of us can't see our children because of what's going on with the pandemic. So we know that this can be a difficult time. But guess what? It's also a great time to get vision for your future. It's a great time to spend quality time with God, thinking about what it is He wants you to do, and thinking about what you want to do, what passions, what dreams, what goals do you have that you have not pursued. So we're going to be talking about that throughout this broadcast today, and we want you to be thinking about it. So you might want to go grab a pen and paper as we're going along today. So we just want to welcome you guys to our new home, our new location. I'm super, super, super duper excited. In 2021, we're going to have a little bit of a different format of how we do the show. So if you are interested in cooking breakfast with us, for us, through us, then just post it in the feed and we will reach out to you. We want to have breakfast with you. So you can be cooking in your own kitchen, and we will have you on the show, or at your home. We'll be at our home, and we'll let you cook the breakfast, let everyone know what you're doing. So we're going to do some things a little bit different this year.
Right. And as Cynthia and I talked about it, we discussed before this broadcast about 2020, we had to go back to 2019. We had to go back to when we created our vision. Well, and that's what we do every year, especially coming to the end of this year. We do vision and goal settings. We have a vision goal setting party. And we encourage you to be a part of it, because then, you know, what does it say? Write the vision and make it plain.
That's right. So that he who reads it can run with it. So
exactly.
if you write it, you can't read it if you haven't written it, right? And you can't run with it. So you got to write it down.
Right. So that's what we did in 2019. We wrote down that we wanted to move. We wrote down that we wanted a new home, because, you know, as time goes on, you know, you can't keep moving around. And as you,
I'm sorry, and just to clarify a little bit, we talked years ago that we wanted our forever home, our retirement home, our last home to be a certain type of home. So we talked about it years ago, but it wasn't until we really set our mind to it, wrote it on our vision board, and created a plan to accomplish it that we actually accomplished it.
Right, because we said we didn't want to be going up and down steps. That was the bottom line. Yeah. As you get older, come on, you know, we know our parents and maybe our aunts or uncles, you know, as they get older, you know, their hips may not take it, their knees may not take it. And we didn't want to fall into that by going up and down steps. So what we did was last year in 2019, well, we talked about years before that.
Last year was 2020, but in 2019,
we put it on our board.
Yep.
We put down that we want a home all on one level.
And we started working on it in 2020.
Like Cynthia said.
I'm sorry, we put it on our board in 2018 and we started working on it in 2019.
Right, because what did I tell you earlier? That you need to position yourself, you need to prepare. That God is going to bless you. It doesn't matter when he does it. You know, it's in his time. It's not our time is not his time.
Yes.
But we knew that he was going to bless us. So we put it down. We wrote down our vision. We wrote down what we wanted. And
so because we talked about it and knew in 2018 that this was something we wanted to do, and like we said, even before then, 2019, we got to work. We didn't know it would take a whole entire year before we would actually be in our new home.
Right.
But it's a good thing that we got started early. We got started super early. So in 2019, honest to goodness, y'all, James took me kicking and screaming to the realtor's office.
Because she loved the home that we were formerly in. She loved that home, and she didn't want to get rid of it.
We had just built that home 12 years before. So it still, to me, was like brand new. It still looked brand new. It still felt brand new. It was absolutely beautiful.
But for me, I wanted to get out of that mortgage. It was a adjustable rate mortgage, which is an ARM, and it could go up. So we wanted the interest rate lower. We wanted our mortgage payments lower. So I felt the best thing we could do, and I prayed about it. We prayed about the best thing we could do is get rid of this home. You know, it had a little bit of equity in there, and that's what we could do. We could, you know, we had a little bit of equity, so we could sell that, make a little bit, and everything will be better. Lower interest rate, lower mortgage payment. So we had to position ourselves, and it just happened to come during this pandemic. And, you know, a lot of things, you know, we talk about blessings. A lot of things happened to us during this pandemic. You know, that was actually a blessing.
Absolutely.
You know, we see favor. You know, we talk about God's favor. And I know I always say I'm his favorite, but we see his favor. And so
we're his favorite.
So as we started this transition from old to new, a lot of things happened that God gave us favor in all the areas. In moving our furniture and everything, he gave us favor.
Right. So James, yeah, I want to break it down because y'all know James gave you a big overview, but then he thinks I'm a little too detailed. So he's right. Once we started the process and knew that God said it's okay for us to move out of our old home and build another new home, the blessings just started flowing. So the first blessing was that we locked in a really, really low interest rate almost from the beginning once we found our lender. The other thing is that when we first started this process, because of the economy, our house was upside down. Like we wouldn't have made any money on the house had we just moved out into a new home last year. But a whole year later, we had equity in the home. I mean, like some nice equity too. So that was one of the first blessings.
Right.
Then go ahead.
I was gonna say then the next blessing was, you know, during this pandemic, a lot of people were losing their jobs, but a lot of creditors were saying, okay, since we know it's COVID, since we know it's a pandemic, you don't have to make a payment for this, or you don't have to make a payment for that. So we called our mortgage company and they said, okay, you don't have to make a mortgage payment for 2 months. So that allowed us to save that money and maybe add that to our closing costs. See, yeah. I'm telling you, God's favor is everywhere. You know, he's in the blessing business.
Yes, he is. Another thing that happened too, like James said, when we were called the movers and set the date to come pick up our furniture, our closing date got moved. So when I called them, they said, don't worry about it. We will hold your furniture for free.
Favor.
I'm like, well, all right then. Another blessing and favor that we got when we were moving, we had, because they moved our settlement date, we needed to do a rent back from the new owners because we were going to closing before we moved.
And we had to stay in our former house a whole week late, whole week.
2 weeks, babe, 2 weeks. They closed on the 1st and
they closed on
well,
the 6th.
we moved the date to the 6th and
Right.
then we moved out. So, but guess what? They let us stay for free. Most people charge you a rent back. They let us stay for free. We didn't have to pay one dime.
See, so let me just say that when you position yourself, or when you do the work, or when you pray about it, it happens. God blesses you. He sees your heart. He knows what you need. It says God will give you the desires of your heart, which means not only will He give you what you need, so a lot of times He'll give you everything that you want. And that's what He did.
And He'll give you more than what you even more than you can even think or ask, as He says in the scriptures, because we got more than we ever even thought to think or ask. Like, people kept asking us, are we downsizing? Well, we did downsize from going from 3 levels in our home to 2 levels in the home, but then it's actually more square feet overall than having 3 levels. So He gave us more than we could think or ask.
I thought we were downsizing.
Yeah,
personally.
we thought we were downsizing, but we have just as much. Actually, we have more space.
But let's get back to the vision. Because we truly believe you have to have a vision. And when you're together, a couple, whether you're married, whether you're engaged, you should sit down and talk about your vision.
That's right.
Because you have to come into agreement. Because once you come into agreement, God is going to bless that agreement no matter what. That's right. He's going to bless that. But you have to sit down and talk about it. We always talk to couples about communication, how communication is the key. So if you sit down and communicate, talk about where you're going, talk about where you want to be. Right. Talk about your dreams, your goals, your visions. That's why we have a vision and goal setting party near the end of the year every single year, because we encourage couples to write down what you want. See, a lot of times the husband and the wife may have different dreams, may have different goals, but then when you come together, you can decide on your dreams and goals together, some that you have together and maybe some you have individual. It doesn't hurt, but you have to write them down, because once you write them down, you say, okay, now that we wrote down where we want to be or what we want to do, how can we take those steps to achieve that goal? And that is always the key. The key is taking steps to achieve the goal. Where do we start? And let me tell you, you always have to start somewhere. It doesn't matter what, when, but you have to start. You can't keep putting it off. You can't keep procrastinating. You have to start.
And y'all, we've been doing goal setting since we were married, even before we were married, because we built our first home before we even went to the altar. We started the process. So we have always been a goals-oriented couple, and it has helped us to stay on the same page. That's the other thing. When you set goals, it keeps the two of you on the same page, because you have a common interest. You have a common desire, a common goal that you want to achieve.
What do they say? Can two walk together unless they agree?
Unless they agree.
So you have to come into agreement. And in Psalms 133, where there's unity, God commands a blessing. Unity.
That's right. Unity. Agreement.
That's where He's going to be blessed.
And we, our church had our marriage ministry event last night, and he said something that I told him I am going to quote you on that. So Elder Barbour said, when you walk in agreement, heaven has your back. I love it. I said, Elder Barbour, I am going to steal that comment. So I'm going to create a little flyer for that. I'm not a flyer, but a graphic, that when you walk in agreement together with your spouse, heaven's got your back. How powerful is that?
So we encourage you to sit down and communicate, talk about your vision. Join us. We're going to have a vision and goal setting party where you'll be able to write down your vision, your goals. Because let me tell you, do you believe that you have a purpose? God put you together for a purpose. You have a purpose in life. You may still be trying to figure out what that purpose is, but let me tell you what vision is. Vision, all vision is purpose that you can see. Let me say that again. Vision is purpose that you can see. So when you have a purpose and you start achieving that purpose, that's your vision.
That's right.
Because, you know, it says, and I don't want to get all biblical on you, but when you think of Moses, Moses gave God an assignment, and that was his purpose, to deliver the people out of that Egypt. You know, he said he would do two things, that he would deliver them out of Egypt and he would deliver them into a land of milk and honey, right? But he gave Moses one assignment, and that's to deliver them out of it. You know, because he knew Moses, that was in Exodus, he knew Moses in Numbers would disobey him. And he actually didn't lead them into the land of milk and honey. And he knew it. Why did he wait from Exodus to Numbers? We don't know God's plan. But he knew Moses would disobey. That's why he only gave him one assignment. So we're encouraging you to at least start one assignment, to at least start one vision, one goal. What is your goal? Let me ask you, what is your goal in the next 5 years? What do you want to accomplish in the next 5 years? In the next year?
Right, just think about it.
Think about it for a year. What do you want to accomplish next year?
We want you to take a second right now. If you're on here with your spouse, and even if you're not, you can share it with them afterwards. What is one thing that you'd like to accomplish in 2021? 2020 did stop some people from accomplishing some things that they wanted to do. But guess what? You can repurpose it and do it in 2021, but you can do it bigger and better because you've had more time to plan and think about it.
So just think, when you were in the house, and a lot of times, you know, a lot of people are more inside than they are outside congregating because of COVID. That would have been your chance if you wanted to write a book, to start jotting some things down, jotting down ideas, jotting down your thoughts. You know, even if you record it, you could just talk into a recorder about maybe what you want with your thoughts or what your book might be about. But you can start somewhere. Right. So if you still have time for the end of this year to maybe start a book, if you want to write a book, and then publish it next year, 2021. If you want to start a business, what kind of business do you want to start? Why don't you write down the kind of business you may want to start and maybe a business plan, your plan of action, so to speak, because you have to take action. Action lets you act on certain things. So if you take action in what you want to accomplish, you're starting.
Right. And so that reminds me of another thing that we're going to be doing, maybe the beginning of the year. We may not do it before the end of the year, but we have a course called Marriage, Business, and Wealth. And we literally talk about all the ways that a married couple can build wealth, the way you can combine and streamline a lot of things that you have in your portfolio or in your life that can help you to build wealth. Right. And so in marriage, we will build wealth in your marriage, you build wealth in a business, and you build marriage, business, and you build wealth just financially. Right. So it's not just financial wealth, it's wealth in every area of your life. And why is this such a key that what Cindy's talking about? Because you want to leave a legacy. That's right. For your children and for your children's children. That's you know, a lot of times we as people, say African Americans, we don't think that far ahead. You know, we don't think about leaving a legacy to our children. You know, because I can talk from personal experience that a family member of mine may have passed away and we had to all chip in to bury them. You know, we weren't thinking ahead. More than once. We weren't thinking ahead. So that's why we encourage you to write your plan down, write your vision down, because we want you to leave that legacy for your children so they don't have to worry. And just think, if you leave a legacy for your children will leave a legacy for their children. So you're actually leaving a legacy for your children's children. And that is so important in this day and time, because we always talk about prosperity, you know. We always want you to prosper. God wants you to prosper. Right. We want to see you win. We want to see you win. This is why we created Marriage Built to Last. This is why we created We Nation. If you don't know about We Nation, reach out to us. We can tell you about our couples club that we have, where we all come together to help push each other to be better couples and to create the wealth and things that we're talking about. You know, because we always talk about we want better than what our parents had. So wouldn't you want your children to have better than what you have? Just think if you're doing great right now. If you're doing great, you want your children to even be greater. You want them to have greater. You want them to have more than what you had. You know, we could always talk about
way back in the day. And we know a lot of people, you know, that live, say, in the inner city or just didn't have, you know, and right now they're like, man, I didn't have this growing up, but I have it now. And don't you want your children to have even more than what you have?
And y'all, I'll just be honest with you. I've heard some people, especially like maybe our parents' generation, they were like, I even remember my grandmother's generation. I don't care about leaving nobody nothing. You know, they can do what they want to do with my stuff, but that's not the attitude we should have. The Bible says we're to leave an inheritance for our children's children. So you can't just think about yourself on this earth, especially if you are a Christian, because we are here to give. God gave, and he expects us to give. And the first place you start is in your home with your own children, because guess what? If you don't leave it for them, the state's going to take it.
Right.
So in our marriage, business, and wealth class, we bring in experts in that course who talk about how to build your estate and build your probate, your wills,
and have wills,
and all of those types of things, right? So we want you to be prepared. We want you to be prepared. Do y'all have any questions? Does anybody have any questions you'd like to share? Any comments?
We're gonna let Cynthia give some shout outs.
Yeah, we'll give a couple of shout outs. Some of them already went. No, some of them already went to the top, but I know that the Parkers are on. Cynthia Yates Brown is on. Ronna Russell McKnight is on. Hey, Ronna. Hey, Cynthia. Trina Brown is on. Hey, Trina. Millie Miller. She said she's from Delaware. And so those are just some of the people that we just want to give a shout out to.
I feel you from Delaware. I'm from Philadelphia.
All right, yes.
So we're good.
So we just wanted to encourage you guys to make sure that you're forward thinking. That you're forward thinking. Don't just think about the pandemic and what's going on right now here in 2021. If God is in the blessing business, he don't care what's going on in this earth. And he was still blessed. We didn't sit and wait for the pandemic to be over to go looking for our house. Look at how we got blessed. We would have never, who would have thunk it? Yes, I said thunk it, that we would have equity in our house during a pandemic and actually gain wealth. Gain, hey family, hey Mona Lisa. Who would have thought that during a pandemic that we would be building wealth, that we would gain money? No, we don't attribute it to our current president like some people do. But but we want you to be forward thinking. We want you to be prepared. We want you to grow and prosper and be all that God has called you to be. So we're not going to prolong this. We don't want this to be a super long broadcast. We promise you guys a tour.
She'll give it to you, not me.
We promise you a tour of the house. You know, James, he's reluctant to doing these types of things because he said he feels like it's bragging, but it's not bragging. I'm not doing a tour because it's bragging. I'm in this group. I'm in several groups. I'm in this group about decorating your home, and I posted a picture of some decoration I did in the house and a picture of the new house. We got over 4,000 likes and loves on that one post.
And it's funny that we model ourselves after our pastors. You know, it flows down. You know, God gives them the vision. They give that vision to us. And when I hear our pastors talk about how, you know, they had a jet and then they had two jets because one happened, you know,
we can have a jet too.
Right. They didn't look at that as God is blessing them. Right. That's why Cynthia looks at, say, this home as God is blessing us.
Absolutely.
Because you feel that, you know, during this time, this is the perfect time to actually to get real estate. Because right now is the perfect time. Interest rates are low, you know, and people are selling their homes. More people are buying homes. This is actually the perfect time if you want to purchase a home or you want to sell your home. This is the perfect time. And we did not know that. All we know is we prepared ourselves when we talk about vision and goal setting, that we just knew what we wanted. So we wrote it down. Here's what we want. Here's what we would like. So we wrote it down. We prayed about it. Then we started taking the steps to achieve that goal. To achieve that dream or that vision. You know, what do we have to do? Maybe you have to get your credit right. Maybe you have to start saving for closing costs. You know, we put the steps down on how to achieve that, and we started that process, and it just came to fruition right around now.
Right. So once again, we just came to encourage you, and we know that ownership is power. You have the power when you own the building, when you own the house, when you own the lot, when you own the real estate. You have the power when you own investments. And so that's what we want to see, you own your power.
Ownership.
That's why we work with power couples. We don't work with everybody. We work with power couples, those who want to go places and do some things. So right now, we're going to get ready.
You always say, you talk about power couples, you always say powerful couples ask powerful questions. And those questions steer your focus.
That's right.
So we ask you, what are you focusing on?
There you go.
If you consider yourself a power couple, and what are your powerful questions that steers your focus, and what are you focusing on?
Mona Lisa said she's here for the tour. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the tour.
You start the front door, I guess.
No, because I'm in the kitchen, so I'm gonna start with where I am. And I'm gonna, it's gonna be loud here in just a minute. Oh, can you turn this one around?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did that turn it around?
No. I don't know how I made this small. I don't know. I don't think you can turn.
I don't know. Don't know.
We're on StreamYard. And I am not 100% sure. We should have practiced before we got on. So I am going to just have to turn it around and hope that you guys can see what I am showing. So I'll just turn it around.
I'm looking here.
On your phone? Yeah, go to StreamYard on your phone. So I'm going to start outside. So this is our dining area, right? And we have it leads out to our porch, they call it. I call it a deck, they call it a porch. And we have a sound system out here, so when I open the door, it's gonna be loud. So it's one of my favorite spots right now. So this is outside on our porch, it's screened in, so we can sit out here, relax, and listen to music. And this is our makeshift patio furniture until we go buy some. And that's my bird feeder. Come back, Noah. Noah, come back. Honey, come get Noah, bring her in. All right, so I just want you guys to hear the music, because that's why it's on. It's outside, and it's pretty loud. But I'm enjoying it. So this is the dining area, and I'm going to turn around, and from the dining area, you see the kitchen. So that's our kitchen that I am absolutely in love with. And across from the kitchen is our laundry room and Noah's room. So I'll walk over here. You guys don't really need to see the laundry room. And I'm going to show you the family room. So that's the family room. So if you're standing here in the kitchen, you've got the dining area over there, the family room over there, and the laundry room behind me. So now I'm going to walk past the kitchen and take you to our library, which is going to be our music room and my office. So my office part is not set up yet. It will be over here where my chairs are, but that's the music room. And so there's double French doors on both sides of the library leading from the foyer and from the family room. So this is the foyer, and in the foyer is a bathroom that we've been working on. So we still got a whole lot more to do, but we've done a lot, you guys. And so from the foyer, you come back into towards the family room and turn left, and you go into our bedroom. I'll just show you this real quick. So we got a little sitting area, and this is our bedroom. You come around the bedroom, and it leads you to our bathroom. And in our bathroom, we have a his and her sink set up between the tub, which I really, really, really love. And y'all, we got a shower that about 6 people can fit inside of our shower. Uh-oh, y'all can see me through the shower, okay? So this is our shower that there's a bench in here and a shelf up top, and it's just amazing. And so then you go into our walk-in closet. Y'all got to see how neat my husband is, right? Look how neat his side. And then his shoes are stacked up all nice and neat. We're going to get a shoe shelf built. So that I did organize my pockets up on the top shelf, and my hats and my gloves. Isn't that so cool? That's just some of it. And so we come out of my bedroom. I got another little alcove over here with y'all too many clothes. So you come out of our bathroom. and back through the bedroom and back into the hall. And we go past the family room and the kitchen. And I'm going to show you the other side of the house. So this is something I love too, is that the other side of the house, the bedrooms are all on the other side of the house. So this is our daughter's bathroom. And she has a double sink and a separate door that leads to where her toilet is in the bathtub. Okay, we keep the doors closed because we have a dog and she likes to get into everything. So this is our daughter's room. Isn't it just cute, y'all? She's still working on it. She has a temporary something on her window to get some privacy, but she's setting it up. It's so cute. She has her little desk. She's been getting everything organized, and she's getting it together. It's coming along. It's coming along. And this is one of our other guests. This is our guest room. And my husband, he's been going around putting up pictures and mirrors on the wall. I mean, he's just doing an excellent job, y'all. Look at how he hung these pictures. And he put this one up back here. And he just did this like yesterday and today. So he's just been organizing up a storm. He's been doing more than me. Come on, Noah. See, y'all want to see Noah? Let me show y'all Noah. Wait, where's Noah? I can't, where's the camera? Oh, the camera. Oh, I turned it around. Let me show y'all Noah. See our dog down there? She's all over the place. All right, so now I'm going to take you guys downstairs. We have a gate up because Noah likes to go downstairs and play around. So let me go down the stairs. And y'all see my little angel? One thing that we do is we have an angel or a cross in every room. I'm talking in the closet, the bathroom. Every room has an angel. Just a little something I like to do for the Lord to watch over us. And yes, so this is the downstairs. So these are the double French doors that lead out. We wanted a walkout. That was a requirement that I had. So we have a walkout straight into the backyard. Y'all look at all these trees. Like, we are totally surrounded by trees. And that's the other thing we wanted, was privacy. So we have privacy. These woods look totally full during the summer. So this is, where's the light switch? This is the family room. This was actually the furniture that was upstairs in our old home. And so look, y'all, my husband made him an office down here because he gets to work from home. That's the other blessing we didn't mention. We moved a lot further out from DC and from where he worked. And so now he gets to work from home every day, and he has his own office down here where he can work. So we use our basement in this house more than we did in our old house. And this is one of my favorite pictures. I just got to show you guys. This is the woman touching the hem. Let me see. The woman touching the hem of his garment. Isn't that just amazing? I love the colors in it. I love the concept. And it's African American. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is another bathroom downstairs. I'm not even going to turn on the light. It's almost a replica of the one upstairs, except the toilet is in a separate door. But double sink, full bath. Haven't decorated it completely yet. And this is the other guest bedroom downstairs. So again, hubby's been putting up pictures. He's been doing a great job, you guys. Look at that. He did a wonderful job down here. So you guys, that's it. This is the whole house. And I want to show y'all something that y'all tell me what y'all think. So eventually, I am thinking about creating our own event space, because we have a marriage business and we do a lot of events. So we got a whole nother area down here that we could turn into a whole nother half a house back here. It is so huge in this storage room, y'all. It goes all the way around. I'm not even gonna take you around to the other side. So this is our new home, our new space. This is where we will be broadcasting live from now on. I'm going back upstairs now. Oh, hubby's up there banging around, doing some more work. I'm going back up. Yeah, it's the gate to keep the doggy out.
What's up?
And do y'all have any questions? Anything? Oh, y'all can see James because I got the camera backwards. But this is it. I am going to get ready to log off now. Thank you guys so much for joining us for breakfast. We already cooked and ate because we knew we would be doing the house tour. So here we go. We already ate breakfast because we knew we would be doing the tour, but we wanted to come on and just encourage you guys to pursue your goals, your dreams, yes, your desires, whatever it is that God has placed on your heart. Don't let it pass you by. Stop it. Don't let COVID be a deterrent. Don't let anybody be a deterrent. Don't listen to other people say you can't do it. You know, people were wondering, why would we move out of our beautiful home into another home? But God had a plan. God had a plan. So thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. We'll see you next Saturday. And remember to sign up for the Vision and Goals Party so that you can get ready for 2021 and the rest of your future. And remember, if you build it, it will last. Look at you, that dog. Oh, the dog's gonna make me fall. Stop it, dog. Oh my gosh. Stop it. Oh my God. Oh,